gonna turn our. We're going live. So I'm turning your headset now. So use it. Don't worry.
Billie Jean, Billie Jean.
What are you saying?
Dior, a Pop Smoke.
Dude, I want to make this bigger.
She like the way that I move. She like the way that I rap.
Shut up.
So, guys, a pool party at my house today?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Jack, you coming?
I think so. What up?
Dude, Sean,
What up, Ellie?
Ellis Cottle. We go to gas station off the strap near the Hero House, you know?
We're live streaming. You guys
And-
got the theme song loaded? What is our theme song?
One Elliot made.
Did you hear us playing music? Who brought the Turtle Beach headset?
What?
You bring the Turtle Beach headset?
That was me.
Bro, you haven't been on COD in a while, bro. Where you been?
Busy.
Busy with what?
This.
Hey.
See, it's time running.
I'm not with them, but wish I was.
Okay. Oh, one. Perfect. You have it in there? That's perfect. Okay.
Where's the camera at?
Right here. You want to go stand in front of it?
Yeah,
Who wants to be interviewed?
I will be interviewed.
You gotta, dude.
Oh,
I'm gonna
wait.
give a shout out to
Can you zoom in
pitvipersunglasses.com.
on the little- I mean, you can't really see him.
Ben, do you want to connect these real quick?
Jason, Max, that's fire.
Oh wait, the whole team gone.
Do you want to?
We're ready.
Well, we
Oh, yeah.
we'll go
Yeah,
when
get
they-
to the
I
start.
say when they hit the. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Alright. Interview after.
Let's start the timer and they go. That's good right there, Richard. Keep it there. And then, can you keep it so it stays on the same x-axis? So then just pan them at the start. Okay. Let me turn your mic up, Jack.
Do we have a line? Are we gonna? Am I
What?
muted?
Who's on?
Here we are. Welcome to the first FBN Sports broadcast. This is a middle school cross-country time trial we're bringing you, but we're going to make it as fun as possible. So, middle school is about to start. I'm here with Jack Simpson right now. You can't really see us because we're on, we only got a one camera setup going right now.
And away we are.
Off. Here we go. Just started the timer, and here they go. It's early in the season for the middle school, but
There they go.
well, we hope to have a great year. You know, I ran cross country all through middle school, and it was a great experience. So there they go up the Joe Scott Way. It's namesake after our current head coach, Joe Scott, legend, returning state championship coach.
Yeah, over the past 5 years, at least, to my knowledge, Ferris cross country has really been strong. Looking to continue that this year.
Mm-hmm. Look over here, Coach Scott. You want to get on the camera?
Did we?
No, that's fine. You can just hand in the headset if you want. Okay, Rich, why don't you get us?
What do you need me to do?
You want to be interviewed real quick? You got time for that,
I
or?
can do a quick interview.
Yeah. Just put the headset on and it'll be good. So I'm here with Coach Scott. He's right here, returning state championship head coach. How do we feel about this year, Coach?
Well, you know, we always come into it feeling anxious and nervous and excited, and this year's certainly no different. But we're also confident, and we've got a lot of good folks back from last year. We certainly lost some important people, but we always seem to have new people step up. Got a lot of young folks that are coming out we haven't had before that are showing a lot of promise. So we're excited about things.
How's the team been adapting this summer? Just the different way of practice and everything.
Maybe not surprisingly, because they had a lot of time on their hands. We had the highest turnout of volunteer summer workouts this year that I've ever had. It was
Mhm.
consistently over 20 people every practice, and that's about double what we sometimes get. So I think people were looking for things to do and excited about getting back with people and socializing a little bit, physically distanced, of course.
Oh yeah.
But I think it was a good summer of workouts for us for sure. Much better than anything we've had in the past.
Oh yeah, that's really great. Here come the runners. They're coming around the first bend, finish up the Joe Scott Way, and heading up to a very large hill at the cabin. That really makes or breaks your time right there, doesn't it?
It's a tough start to today it's the start. Sometimes it's about kind of the middle part of a race when we start them up at the baseball field. But definitely that's a place where you can make a move, or if you're hurting, you can fall apart.
Mhm. Oh yeah, and then there's another very hard hill that secretly gets up on you by the baseball field.
Yeah, so this is actually the beginning right here of what's a fairly consistent climb all the way to the baseball field. This one's not quite as severe as what you're going to hit as you get over by the lower school. That last little rise to the softball baseball field is pretty intense.
That's what makes the breaks, and I mean, we're looking to have a great year, are we not?
We are. Yeah, we're excited. Everybody's recognizes that everything's uncertain. We can't guarantee anything, but I think I think people have a good attitude. I think any kind of competition, even a day like today, is something to get excited about. So whatever happens, we're going to make the best of it.
That sounds great. Thanks for the interview.
Thank you.
Coach Scott.
Appreciate you guys doing this today.
Oh yeah. Now we'll have Jackson keep back on the cast. So we're going to have a little bit of downtime now of not being able to see anyone. The runners will come around and finish up around here too.
I think some of those words by God, especially about turnout in summer workouts, is really encouraging for me, at least for the future of this program. Looks like they're going to keep up the consistency.
It really is. Cross country is one of those sports where you can start young, and if you do that, it really breathes into you, and you just keep on running.
For sure.
So I always loved doing it in middle school. It's a great workout after school. Take your time off. Everyone can do it. Basically, all you gotta do is run. So now we might call in another one of our current runner. I'm gonna go get one of them.
This is our first stream on FBN Sports. We're really looking forward to this year. I'm sure you've seen on the FCDS Athletics Instagram page some of the content we've made so far. We have a lot more coming. We're really excited. We're going to stream as many games as we can this year. Try to make it feel like a normal year, which obviously, we're doing all we can to make everyone, have a normal sports experience this year. We're really proud of that.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
Here, James, why don't you come sit down? Jack can discuss with you.
We need a schmooze.
Here we are.
I am joined now by James Snyder, a runner on the Varsity Boys cross country team this year. James, what are you guys looking forward to this year?
We're just looking forward to race. It's kind of uncertain, but we think it's going to happen. So we're looking forward to racing. We haven't raced, most of us, since cross country last year, since most of us do track. So we're just looking forward to it.
That's awesome. You looking for a state championship this year?
Of course, repeat. That's what we're going for.
And you were at that state championship, were you not?
Yes, I raced in it.
Tell us about that experience.
Oh, it was just a bunch of guys. We all came together, all had great races on the same day, and that's what it took. It took everybody coming together, a whole season of preparation, coming together and racing together and dominating, and that's what we did.
So talk to us a little bit about, I know a lot of cross-country runners also run on the track team in the spring. I have to assume that that's very beneficial to run in the fall, too, to just stay in shape and get prepared, especially with the state championships being held here for South Country Day this year. I'm sure that'd be a big help.
Yeah, physically it keeps you in shape, but then also the team chemistry is just so much better when you do 2 seasons together. So all the guys were we're really a team. We're a family.
It's good to hear. Looking forward to that.
Tell us about, are there any big up-and-coming runners? We lost some seniors last year. Who's some underclassmen or even middle schoolers who really contributed to the team this year?
Well, Grant Ferrasi, he's been on the team since 6th grade. He's been very determined every year. A lot of new runners, some younger runners. I was really looking forward to it. We'll get to see today how fast everybody is.
Yeah, Coach Scott was telling us that over the summer you guys had consistently 20 or more people at the summer workouts, which we found really encouraging, for the future of the program.
Yeah, and that's the most we've probably ever had at a summer practice, and it's probably because no one had anything else to do, but we're also so determined. So.
All right, well, thanks, James. Thanks for joining us. Hope you have a good run.
Thank you. Good luck.
We are approaching the 7.5 minutes of this first heat.
And thanks for everyone hopping on this stream. You're kind of worried about the viewership or not, but it looks like Jason Mack, our first ever commentator, a Fury alum, a lifer, I think. Just all around great guy. Jason, you ran a 3-minute mile, and I think that's great. So currently we've got, if anyone else wants to say anything in the chat, that'll be fun. And basically now we're just waiting. I expect him to be probably getting up to the baseball field right about now. And that part of the course, that's really tough.
Yeah.
There's a really tough hill. It's just totally, like, it kills you. It just comes right up on you. And then it's secretly really long, actually. You run all the way up from the bottom of the hill to the bathrooms by the softball field. And it's just a steep incline the whole way. You get up to the top. That's where most everyone's usually cheering for you. And that really helps.
Yeah, I mean, I don't run on the cross country team, but over the summer and last summer, I did run the course a few times, and I know that hill you're talking about. That can really kick your butt.
So the Furies this year are going to be led by Will Scott. Friday Night Lights champion last year, I think, and we have a really good sort of senior and junior upperclassmen base, but we also are powered through with younger underclassmen as well. I know Andrew Mitchell, following the steps of his older brother Ben Mitchell, being a team leader, as well as Sam Scott, Will Scott's younger brother, also just being one of our top runners. So this year we have a good balance. It looks good for the future as well.
Yeah, Ben. I mean, I think for any championship team in any sport, the dynamic for the prototypical championship team is you have that strong leadership of the upperclassmen in high school for this.
Like, look at the Fab Five. They made it to the NCAA championship twice, but they lost both times.
Yeah, and you got to have your young base that's really just energetic and excited and getting encouraged by those older guys with the experience. So it's really good dynamic.
And that's what we've really been hearing. We've been hearing everyone cheering on each other over there while they're stretching, getting ready for their race, and that's just really important. Cross country, I know it's always been one of those teams, those sports where the dynamic is just, it really seems like a family,
For sure.
Some other sports where it's split up into multiple teams, you don't really interact with the varsity players or the younger players that much, but when it's one of those big teams where everyone's a group, like cross country, everyone knows each other, everyone encourages each other, and it's really great. I had a lot of great times being on the cross country team when I was younger.
Yeah, for sure. I know, going back to that, closeness of a team like that. I know last year, Elliot Sullivan, a runner on the team, compiled a documentary of all the good moments from the season that he showed to the school, which, we really got to see, secondhand, obviously, because we weren't on the team, but just how tight that team was and how tight this year's team is, too.
Oh, yeah, that was a great documentary. We might actually you want to go get Elliot? We'll get the documentarian himself on here asking him about it. I honestly have never seen something so well made for that. Being able to have the foresight to start the season saying, oh yeah, we have a great chance of winning this. So let's make a documentary. It started off from the day one of the summer workouts in June. It went all the way to the state championship.
Here's Mr. Sullivan.
Here is Elliot Sullivan himself.
Thank you.
Here comes Nikki Chung running onto the Joe Scott Way right now. So the runners are almost finishing up. Elliot, let's talk about that documentary you made last year.
Okay.
So that was, how long did that take you to make?
Oh man, adding up all the time editing,
Maybe like 24 hours total.
Oh yeah, and how'd you have the foresight to make that?
So Will Scott texted me at the start of the
Get down to finish.
summer cross country season, and he said he just asked me if I wanted to make a documentary, and I was really surprised. And I was just like, yeah, let's do it.
Get it on the finish line. That's just like the opening shot. Yeah, I mean, it was a great doc. I think it was. How long was it?
It was 18 minutes.
And we have some more runners coming out of the Joe Scott Way right now, getting ready to finish up. You know, coming in at that 12-15 split. They have about maybe 400 meters. No, probably a little bit longer. Probably 600, 700 meters left in the race. And you know, Elliot, tell us about your own running experience. You know, what do you think about the race?
Well, I guess the first thing is the preparation, which is like huge. You know, there's the getting in shape, and then there's the day before preparation. So drinking a lot of water and eating good food, and then you know before a race there's like the last minute preparations, like getting warmed up.
Yeah, and that's really important. You know. What is your least favorite part of this course? You know, the Versailles home course is very tough. It's one of the toughest in, I'd say, at least that I've run. What do you think?
The hill coming out of the bunny loop is the hardest part of the course.
Oh, really? You think the one over behind the baseball field? You know, because I mean that you have to run that right through into the.
It might be actually the hill coming up from the bridge that goes over the river.
Yeah, and that's really tough. So here comes Nikki coming into the very final stretch, maybe about 300 meters left. With Elliot. Oh yeah, she's got about 20 meters between her and who's that in second place, Elliot?
I think that's Mia
Fitzsimmons. She's a middle schooler.
Oh, she is like amazing. She's I think she got first in the middle school ACES championship.
Oh yeah, the middle school race is always fun. Here comes Nikki, looking behind her, giving the look to see Mia behind her, but she looks like she's gonna finish out in first. Here she comes for the final stretch. Right here at these cones, 14, 12, 14, 13, and 14, 16 approximately. Unofficial time. That's all we got. Here comes Mia on her finish. Probably gonna finish around 14:33, and that's a great run by everyone. Oh, here we have.
Next, what is his name? Is it Will Tilley? It might be Will.
No, Will Tilley's in an orange shirt.
No, I can't see who it is.
Oh, Hudson.
Hudson, yeah.
Hudson!
A lot of these runners are younger. I apologize for not knowing their names. Hudson must be really young. And that's great seeing. Oh, here we go. We got a race coming down at the bottom right here. Who's that look like? It's Mackenzie Moore versus Will Tilley. Who's gonna get the win?
Let's go!
Oh, it looks like Will beats her out at the very end. Mackenzie gave it her all. But Will beat her by a step. Here comes Lily Rose, 15:28. I was not expecting to see a race that close.
That was good.
Here you go. And thanks for joining us, Elliot.
Yep.
Jackson, be back on the broadcast now.
All right. Pleasure.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
You know, it's really great to see these runners sprinting through the finish line, just giving this race their all right.
Oh yeah, that's the best feeling, you know, when you finish out that race, you give it everything you've got, those final meters, and you look back on the race and you're like, I gave it all. I gave my all. You know, you can't feel bad about whatever you did.
That's right.
It's not, I mean, the race, you can maybe chef a couple of times, maybe a couple of seconds, but it really matters about your preparation for the race.
That's right. That's right. Especially on a hot day like today, proper hydration is uber important.
And Nate finishes up with a 16:33 approximate time. You know, That's great. Here we go. We got some more young runners coming in. Caitlin finishing with 16:46. Who's that?
David finishing with 16.
Davis finishing with a 16:54 approximately. Well, we did start. I don't know if we started the race exactly on time. They're looking good. That's what I'm talking about. Ben Mitchell with the alumni support watching this. That's great, Ben. You know, a great runner for Forsyth. Probably one of the greatest of all time, I'd say. Yeah. We actually have his brother right here. Where's there? We have 16 current viewers right now, including one of them, Ben Mitchell. And your brother. There's Theodora finishing up with a 17:33. Ben said they're looking good. Andrew, we have him right here. Andrew, how do you expect to run this race?
I think I'm going to do well. Coming off a long injury, I'm hoping to first race back, doing well.
Mm-hmm. And who do you expect to beat? Are you going to beat Caden?
That's my goal, but I don't want him to hear it.
Mm. Ethan.
Right here. Here comes Ethan down the final stretch.
Probably going to finish around 18:40. Looks like another.
Really giving it his all.
Yeah, give me your all. Another young runner.
12.
Everyone's cheering for you. You know, it's a great feeling, even though it's early in the year. Ben Mitchell, Andrew, I believe you. Hearts and kisses all around. Yeah.
I love seeing these young kids just huffing and puffing after a race, giving it their all.
Yeah, that's the key. Here we go. Let's pan over to the our runners who are going to be racing in the next event. We've got James Snyder with a great outfit, I'd say. You know, he looks excited to race in this. Will Scott preparing, you know, running some striders. I remember when I'd run. We're not done yet. I remember when I used to run those striders, those sprints right before the race. I never really saw the importance in them, but they must be. That's what I'll say. They must be very important.
I mean, it's what they say, method to the madness, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they always seem to tire me out, and then you sprint at the very beginning. But hey.
You don't win state championships for nothing.
Exactly. I've never seen a state championship team that didn't run striders at the beginning. And that's very important. You know? And as the JV middle school race finishing up.
Oh, really got a sprint coming in here at the end.
we got a sprint. Can we get this? Can we get this, Richard?
Wow, great finish by
looks like Savannah McQuilkin finished out.
That was really a great finish by both of those
1939, you know. That's what it's all about, you know, giving it your all at the end. Finding if it's not you racing someone else, you're just racing yourself.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of cross country.
Because there's not always going to be someone with you. I mean, you could be like Ben Mitchell in first place. Or it looks like Zach Moore is also in the chat, another former Fury runner. And if they want to share any of their experiences in the chat, that'd be great. I'll read it out for them. And that is the end of the JV middle school race. And now we're going to get prepared for the varsity race. I think we have, they're all together. In. Okay, Richard wants to switch ones. That sounds good.
So you might get some
yeah, let's just get it fast, yeah. One chat rate, what? You know, these guys coming off the state championship last year, this is going to be our first experience with them. Even though it's a time trial, you know, not an actual race that will be counted for them, but it's, I mean, every competition you want to win. You have that Michael Jordan.
For sure, yeah. I mean, you know, you can look at this, you could say, oh, it's just a time trial, it doesn't matter. But, you know, the way I think Coach Scott's looking at it and all of these runners are looking at it is this is their first opportunity to, you know, show people that Forsyth Country Day is here. They're ready.
Mm-hmm.
We're hungry for another state championship.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, it's just so important to have that mental idea, you know, of doing great. We're having Richard change the cameras right now. Don't worry, we did not drop any frames or anything. It's just important for him to get the best shot, and he's a rock star, you know.
He is, yeah.
This FBN Sports crew, it's Jack, Cynthia, and I, also Carver Hyatt as well, but Richard's our main cameraman. And it's important to have a guy who's that tenacious, about photography. Yeah. Can't see anything right now, but the varsity boys runners are all preparing, getting on the starting line. Jackson, go out there and inform Coach Scott that we are getting the camera back into order. Here we go. You want to put that back on, Richard? Yeah. It'll be about 15 more seconds. Sorry about that. Yeah, don't worry. Cross country is just one of those sports that, even if it's not your main sport, it's just an important thing to do. Running, there's nothing bad about it. It feels you just feel so healthy after running. It's rewarding. It's a great team atmosphere. If you're watching this right now and you want to get into a sport, I'd say cross country is one of those sports where it's just very easy to get into, and you'll have a lot of fun doing it. And here is the camera now back. Richard Howe, here we go, zoomed in on the starting. Elliott Sullivan giving us a little strider right before we start. The guys are all getting ready to run. And Furies, I think they have one of the best teams in the state. I've been reading the NC Mile Split stuff.
I was talking to a runner out here, Caden Didier, earlier yesterday. He said he's going to aim for a 7-minute. Oh, and we're starting here? And we're off.
Here you go. The sprint's very important at the beginning, That can really make or break you, especially that they're heading into the Joe Scott Way right here. It's a narrow path. Will Scott taking the lead right now with James Snyder. And that's going to set the pace for a long time on this. It's one person, only one person length. It's very hard to pass on there. So, even this time trial, that's important even in the actual races. You get down to that, that you're not going to be able to pass anyone for a little bit.
For sure.
And I'd love to see how they attack this hill right here. This is going to be a short race, so you really got to give it your all. All the other races, the 5K, usually 2 laps. This will only give you a 1-lap race. I definitely see some times coming in under 10 minutes, or maybe right around that.
That'd be amazing. That'd be a great start to the season. These guys have been working hard over the summer. That'd be very rewarding for them to get a time like that for sure.
Mm-hmm. You see Will Scott coming in and out around the flagpole at around 1 minute and 14 seconds. I see James and Sam Scott falling behind, getting into a group there, maybe about 15 meters behind Will. And this long stretch, I always thought when I was running this is also an important part right here. It's one of the longest main flat stretches on the course. And you can really shave some time off just by giving it your all on this. A ball looks like it got
it looks like there's a stray soccer ball on the course. It looks like it was just kicked by Landon.
Lando the Commando Williams in 4th right now. Staying with that group, Landon, I've seen him run all the way since he was a freshman. I remember I ran in the conference championship. He and I ran in a group. And seeing him go all the way up to that 4th, that just shows you the improvements you can make over time running this sport. Here they go into the hill. We've got the first 4 going up the hill right now. Maybe about 5 seconds behind them, we got a big group. It looks like Elliott Sullivan. I can see Carter Sullivan.
Back on Landon, he's one of those many athletes we talked about that do cross country in the fall and track in the spring, which he's just making great strides in both of them, and it's just really fun to see him, just getting better every single day at both.
Yeah, and I think he's proponent to be a state champion this year in track and field. How important would that be senior year, bringing it home at your own home course? I can't think of anything better.
That's spectacular. I mean, just wow. That's all I can say is wow. That's really good for Landon and
Yeah,
the
Richard,
school.
you can get on this now. The guys going up the hill right now. You gotta attack that hill. There'll be another hill coming up soon. And then they're going to finish out going behind the field hockey field. Maybe we'll see them on a downhill slope down here. Hit the Joe Scott way again. And they'll finish up. I can really see it's about 3 minutes and 24 seconds right now. I can definitely see them coming in at 11 minutes right now, Will Scott.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that would just be a great way to kind of cap off all these summer workouts that they've been doing, just to see those improvements that they've made.
What's your name? What is it? Griffin.
We got Griffin here with
in the
us.
chat. Why don't you give Griffin the headset? Yeah.
Griffin, put this on.
Get you on the live stream. Here we have Griffin with FBN Sports. Griffin, how old are you?
I'm 11.
What grade are you in?
6.
You're in 6th grade? Oh, it's your first year running on the cross-country team, is it not?
Yep.
And was this a... What made you want to run cross-country?
It was fun.
It
Running
was fun?
Yeah.
So, have you had some experience running before?
Not really.
Not really. I ain't either when I was in 6th grade and started running, but it's fun, is it not? Is that rewarding? Is that your first, I guess that's your first race, experience with the taste, yeah?
Yep.
What you like about it?
I like that there's actually competition.
Exactly. That's what we always like. Competition is key. It's that Michael Jordan idea, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what about the course? Is that sprint? What did you think about that at the very beginning? Heading into the Joe Scott way.
I think I sprinted a little too hard.
Yeah, you got to conserve a little, but the hard thing is, just everyone else running, you want to stay with them. You know what I mean? Yeah, but you got to always remember you got to run your own race. So, what did you think of the hills? Which one was tougher? The one by the cabin or the hill over by the baseball field?
I think baseball field.
Yeah. Were you ready for that? Did you have your mindset going in on the downhill? Like, I gotta attack those short steps?
Yeah.
And then, what was the easiest part of the course today?
Probably right here.
Really, the ending?
Yeah.
Did you give it your all at the end?
Yeah.
Towards the end. Did you give it your all on this race? Are you ready going into the season? Actual race, you think you can do really well?
I think I gave it my all. I could have paced myself a little better.
Oh, well, it's your first race, so you don't really... No, I used to get nervous before the races, just thinking about, am I going to get a cramp? Am I going to be able to keep my pace? But always just remember, you got to run your race. And then each time you can cut down those times. I mean, look at those. Do you look up to the other runners, they encourage you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and that's great. I'm sure Will Scott, great team leader, talk with him. So, thanks for having you on, Griffin.
Thanks.
Yeah. Have a great year. We'll get back with you.
Once again, that was Griffin going into the 6th grade, his first year on the cross-country team.
Yeah. It's always great to talk to young runners like that, They show they're excited for the year.
I think that just shows, like I was saying earlier, how bright the future still is for this team. Like, we had a 6th grader, evaluating his race in front of us and, saying, I pace myself better. That's great observations to be making.
Exactly. That comes from... You learned that from the leaders on the team.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That shows the great work of Coach Scott,
the culture he's built, it's just amazing.
And just the older runners on the team. That's always great. We've got, I'd say they're probably coming through the bunny loop right now. And that is, and that's going to be important. That's going to be your last main hill on the course. The rest of the course is going to be all downhill or flat. Except for this Joe Scott way, you got a little bit of a hill right here, but once you hit that bunny loop, it's all downhill from here.
Yep.
And do you think we'll have a nice, good finish? Do you think we'll have any races at the very end?
I think that group with James Snyder and pardon me, who was he racing with? Sam Scott. I'm really looking forward to that.
What do you think if Sam Scott finished up there with his brother, even being,
I mean, that'd be great for Sam, you know.
And that's
I'm sure he's been, you know, I'm sure Will's been a great, you know, teacher for him being the older brother, someone great to look up to, and you know, that should be really exciting to see.
I don't know how Will would feel about it. That's something.
I know.
That's something that older brothers don't like. Just being the younger one and being able to pass it, that'd be great. I'd love to see that from Sam Scott. Oh, here they actually come. So
At minute
we are at 8 minutes, and they're coming on this downhill. Who's that? It looks like Will Scott. I can see him. Here he comes to turn onto the Joe Scott way right now at 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Will gonna finish up this final 600 meters strong. Wow, it looks like he really stretched out his lead on there, even though it was a short race. We have not seen us coming in second, but we want to see a group together. Love to see a great finish here. Still no one. Coach Scott evaluating what's going on. Oh, no, you're good, Coach Scott. Oh, here we go. Looks like James Snyder coming in through second.
It's like
At 8 minutes
got
and
some distance on
9 minutes.
He's got some distance on Sam, but you know, that's still you can
9
make that
minutes
up.
and 6 seconds. They're close. Will Scott probably gonna take this one home. I can't see him not doing it. There he comes, coming around the flagpole at 9:18. James and Sam. I could definitely see Sam trying to make a move on James right now.
I mean, there's definitely he has time to close that gap for sure.
Here you go, Richard. Looks like in fourth, I think that's Carter Sullivan. Carter Sullivan coming in at 9 minutes and 37 seconds, heading into the Joe Scott way. And who's that? We can barely see the top of their head. Oh, looks like we got a big group right here. We have Harrison Pike in fifth, followed by Elliot Sullivan a second behind, followed by Andrew Mitchell a second behind. 2 seconds behind you, Caden Didier. You know, that's a great group.
That's going to be fun to see
In a
coming on the
cross-country
stretch.
race.
Oh, we got Sam Scott making a turn here.
Well, Will Scott finishing up right here. When we get Will Scott. Landon Williams and Ryan Reynolds coming in at that 2:16 mark heading into the Joe Scott way. Will Scott giving his all to finish him. What's really important in cross-country races, not just the top 2 runners. Will Scott finishing with a 10:30 unofficially. What a run by him. You know, it matters about that core group, those 3, 4, 5, even 6 runners. You know, your 6th runner, in the event of a tie with another team, whoever finished first for the 6th runner wins the race. So it's really about that, who rounds off those top 5.
Yeah, for sure.
And if they can all be together, that's very important. They get finished together at the top, because that gives you a lot of points. It stretches you out from the other teams. James Snyder coming in at second. He's rounding off the final probably 50 meters with a 11:05. Sam Scott behind him. And we're looking at the flagpole right here. Richard, now you can finish up. Look at the flagpole. We got a group of 3 together. You see that?
Oh, yes.
Harrison Pike looking to extend his lead on them. In the group. James finished up with an unofficial 11:28. FBN Sports' own James Snyder coming in second. Don't get a video of that. Sam Scott coming in at unofficial 11:45. It's been a hot day for all these guys, and it looks like they've given it their all.
For sure. And that's all.
Carter Sullivan coming in, trying to come in fourth here, somewhere around low 12 minutes. And
Andrew
look at
Mitchell.
this, we got Harrison Pike, only a second behind him, Andrew Mitchell.
Andrew Mitchell's really.
Ben Mitchell looks to be in the chat right now. And Ben, what would you say for your brother right here? If the chat even comes up right now, but here we come. Carter Sullivan with the unofficial 12:19. Harrison Pike and Andrew Mitchell. Here we go. Final 3 meters. It looks like Harrison's going to take this one. Andrew just being a second behind. Harrison with a 12:28. Andrew with a 12:30. Elliot Sullivan, who we just interviewed 13 minutes ago, coming in at a 12:39. Great job, Elliot. Caden Didier, a lifer for the Furies, coming in at a 12:50, and that rounds off, I think, the top 7. Ryan Reynolds with a 12:59, finishing right below 13 minutes. That's very important. Those runners, Landon Williams with a 13:05. We got a great group right here, all within a minute of each other.
For sure.
Any given day, that can change. That can change the course of the race, and that can really help Furies this year.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Losing those top few runners for your team. Grant Farashi, a middle schooler, I think, 8th grader, finishing up with a 13:25, making the future look bright for the Furies. Will Tilley coming in 13:39. That's great for Will. Now he looks like also a middle schooler, but not holding anything back today. Luca Pass coming in with a 13:50. Great running by Luca right there.
Yeah, I can
Another, I think, if he's not a freshman, he's still a middle schooler. And the Furies look bright.
I can tell everyone's really giving it their all this race, which we talked about earlier. That's the most important thing.
I mean, even though it's the beginning of the summer, it's their first race in a long time. You want to get that first race out of you as quick as possible. And having good performance today can really help you later in the year. Just how you think you're going to do.
Right here, man. Between these two.
We'll finish up with a 14:31 unofficially. That's great. We're going to have Will Scott join us right now. Tell us about his experience on the race.
Interview? Sure.
Here we go, Will.
Move a little farther back.
Oh, you're good. How was it today? Tell us about your mentality going into the race, how everything happened.
Well, it was pretty good. It was a hot day out here for sure. Hilly course, so went in with today trying to get a good effort in. Haven't raced in a really long time.
Exactly, yeah. Not since that
Just
state
kind of getting the rust
championship.
off of it. Yeah.
So, how are the Furies looking? We saw a big group finishing up within a minute of each other, about 4 or 5 runners. And that rounds off the top 7. And that's really important in these, especially in high-level races, is not?
Definitely. Because, you can have a good 5, but if your 5 has a bad day and your 6 is just way back, you're going to be hurting because there's going to be a lot of points you're going to fall off from. So, I think we had a really good 6 and 7 today. And, it's boding well for the season. We don't really know what the season's going to be like just because.
Thomas Bennett finishing with a 15:42 right there. Shaking his head.
Thomas, great job.
Maybe not his best race for him, but it's the first race of the year, and that's important. How was it out there today? Really hot. I know that.
Wet course too, so stepped in a bit of a muddy spot, almost slipped.
Oh yeah.
But, that's what you're going to have on a day like today.
But it was good to get the first unofficial race out of the way.
Definitely, we got to get the rust off of our legs, our racing legs. So hopefully next race will be a little better for everybody. We'll be a bit more experienced. Maybe a little bit better weather, but overall, really good performance today.
Yeah, when is the first race,
I think the first real race is going to be running scheduled for September 15th, but you never know if that's going to happen or not. So right now, that's sort of what we're training for.
Does. And it's the Friday Night Lights you won last year.
Yes, that race has been canceled. So.
That race has been canceled,
yes.
So you will return. You'll be the winner for another year.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah, I'm still the defending champion.
The defending champion. So, you keep it here. Nothing wrong with that, honestly.
Yeah, just keep it going.
And, that was great having you on today. What do you think about in the future? Do you have any aspirations to run in college?
Yeah, I would like to run in college. I'm kind of seeing my options right now with all that. It's been difficult since coronavirus started to go to colleges and meet with coaches and that sort of thing. So right now I'm hoping to do that, but things could always change. But I definitely want to keep running. It's just so much fun to get out there and just go all out.
That's what you're saying. Yeah, it's great. If you start young, you'll learn to love the sport.
Definitely.
And it's just that family orient, that family being in together, the cross country
Yes.
team.
Mm-hmm. And you would know as well.
Oh yeah, I was a former runner.
Uh-huh.
I'll say that. Yeah. So thanks for having you on today.
All right, thank you. It's been a pleasure. I
yeah.
love this. It's great to see some live cross country. You know, that's not
Oh yeah, you normally
often you see that,
do
so.
not see that.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully we'll be able to bring the live races this year up on the baseball field. We're still working on the logistics of that, but we hope to do it. It's fun to call.
Definitely. All right. Well,
Okay.
thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
All right.
And as we're finishing up the boys race, I'm wondering if they're going to be a...
Stay off the track. Do not go on the track.
Well, if there's another race, we will bring it to you live. Thank you for everyone coming and watching this. Having that involvement in the chat, especially for FBN's first showcase to the... Ben Mitchell says, I just want to give a congrats to all the runners today, whether you ran or not. Proud of y'all and how you are continuing greatness at SDS Cross Country. This season is looking to be a great one. And that's what we like to see from the alumni, you know. Ben Mitchell continuously just being involved with the cross country team. That's important. That's that family. That family aspect that we've been talking about all day.
Yeah, you've got a shot of Sam Scott and Caden Didier having a conversation right now.
And it looks like
Sam, are we done? Is there one more race?
Oh. No, we're getting y'all shots up first. Andrew, your brother, just being that involved alumni, you can see in the chat, just talked about how it looks to be a great season for the Furies. Yes.
Has anyone done any super chats?
We don't have any donations yet. I thought Jason Mack would do this one. Yeah. Is there going to be a girls' race?
The girls' race was the first heat.
Oh, that was the first
Yeah.
heat?
It was all the girls and then, like,
The JV. Gotcha.
Probably more than that, guys.
Okay.
We're all going to do your post race recap.
Oh, well, we kind of already did. We'll talk about Will Scott finishing up first, followed by, I think, James Snyder, about 45 seconds behind him. Then we had a large group come together, so Harrison Pike, I think, in third. Well, Sam Scott in third, my bad. Then Harrison Pike in fourth.
No,
Carter Sullivan in fourth, I am so sorry. Harrison Pike in fifth, rounding off that top five, followed by Andrew, only a few seconds behind him. And Elliot Sullivan, a few seconds behind him, as well as Caden.
That's that big hand energy.
And then Ryan coming in.
Here we have our final runner
Mm.
making his...
There's Ron Williams Surratt, I think, coming in. And that's hard. That's great right there.
Yeah.
You know, it's a hot day out here today, but just not giving up on the race. That's very important.
For sure. I love hearing this teammates encourage him too. It really shows the culture.
Mm-hmm. Well, in the sun, it's a hot one. William Surratt coming into the final stretch.
Is this going to be uploaded? So did y'all FBN do have a FCS specific like YouTube channel?
Yeah, it's the FBN Sports YouTube. You're not subscribed? Yeah.
I don't know that.
Ben Mitchell's been going crazy in the chat. And Jason Mack. William Surratt coming in the final stretch.
Let's go, William!
Everyone's cheering him on. That's great. You know, William's been running for a while. And staying with it. I think that's because of that family aspect.
For sure.
Everyone just always cheering him on. It's a great workout.
Good work, William! Comes down the final stretch.
And he's coming in here with an unofficial 22-27. 22, 26, 27. And that is it. When I say he falls on the ground, that's how you know he gave it his all. What?
Scott.
Stay tuned for the highlights.
Want to get Coach Scott in here one more time?
Yeah. He's done.
Can you get Coach Scott? Can you get Coach Scott?
Don't zoom in on that.
Coach Scott.
Coach Scott's coming over.
Yeah. Here we go. We got Coach Scott today after the race. Just give us what you thought about this race today.
Well, you know, I think good effort by everybody. It's the first time that some of these guys have raced, really, in some ways, you know, in 5, 6, 7 months, given the pandemic. So, you know, they're a little rusty, some of them, and, you know, this is where you kind of get a feel for what people have been doing over the summer. But it's really, really early. Some people are going out fast, some people are going out too slow. We use a race like this kind of a learning tool.
Exactly, and what you've seen today does it give you good hopes for this season?
It definitely does. It definitely does. We had some guys sort of emerge today. You know, it's just one race, but I saw some effort out there today for some people that maybe I haven't seen in the past. So, you know, I think it's very encouraging that we're going to get some good times out of both some of the guys and the girls. Those races, we saw that.
Oh yeah, it looks like we had a big group coming in. Probably within a minute of each other, rounding off that top 7. So
yeah,
that's important in those races.
It is. You like to have guys sort of competing for those, you know, 5, 6, 7 spots. The more competition, it kind of pushes everybody along. So that's a promising sign.
Exactly. Yep. Those are the words for the Fury cross country team this year. A promising sign for the future.
Go
Coming
Furies.
off that state championship last year. Go Furies, everyone. And we thank you for having us today.
Thank you for coming out. We're glad to be part of it. I guess this is your inaugural event.
It is. Yeah.
Oh, we're proud to be a part of it.
Exactly. And it ran smoothly. It looks like everyone who watched said so. And that's been Coach Scott on the cross country team this year.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. So now to sign off. Jackson, Richard, why don't you put the camera on yourself? Why don't you come join us real quick?
Yeah, we cannot thank Richard enough. He is amazing.
He's somewhere in here.
Here he comes.
There he is.
Well, this is fun, and you know, first time doing this, it's like it feels different. Like I felt before I did this, I felt like just operating a camera and you know just follow people is gonna be boring, but it turned out to be more fun than I thought.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And I'm just looking for more events like this in the future.
Yeah, that's us. That's our job here at FBN Sports. Thank you, everyone, and we will see you all soon.